Hello and welcome to Imbolc, everyone. It's another tarot chat with Jay. So glad you chose to join me. The wheel turns and we find ourselves in February. The Imbolc is February 2nd, also known as Candlemas, and it travels through the end of winter into the beginning of cold spring and through March 21st, which is the spring equinox. That will be Ostara. Imbolc is Bridget's holiday. She is so many things to so many people for such a long time. She represents fire, forge, words, poetry, inspiration, also weaving and smithing. So many goddesses, so many spellings of her name, so many variations are all layered on top of this energy. It's the tiny spark under the ground, the awakening, the promise of winter melting into spring. We see here candles, pale carnelian, to represent the spark of fire and learning. Crystal, I have serpentine as a transformative energy, aventurine, and jade for a little luck as well. It seems to me that Bridget, like Merlin or like Homer, are powers that are individual, bigger than the individual. The importance of the jobs that are being done and the lesson being taught are bigger than just one, than can be contained in one person. For example, Merlin appears and disappears. He sleeps for 1,000 years, awakens when he needs to, time travels and move rocks. Homer, the poet in the Mediterranean, was the bard, the singer, the blind man, someone who was tuned into that deeper intuition and representation of the changing from oral tradition into written word. So he spans ages as well. Bridget is the personification and embodiment of wells and chalices, forges, churches, groves and fields. She's the rabbit rider, the poet, the wise woman. So I not only am using Bridget as a center card for a seasonal altar, as we see here, but I think there's a great way to use these cards as the center of a reading and use that Bridget energy as the center of a reading that we might see. Some other cards that we can use might be Awakening, the Tuatha Danann, to pull that fairy energy. We could use Cauldron, the hair energy. But today I am looking at Bridget, and I will be using that as my center energy to throw a Bridget spread around it. I will be putting a card to the north for a message from the Cauldron, to the east for the poet's word, to the south with fire and passion, and to the west, the watery well. The message from the Cauldron, the poet's word, with fire and passion, and the watery well. We've pulled the sun for solar. This is the message from the Cauldron. This tells us we're on the right path. Look for that sun, look for that solar, look for that turning of the wheel. It's Bridget's promise, the fire she holds in her hand. The poet's word here is the Four of Wands and celebration and milestone. Sing, celebrate, praise every moment that you can. Open the window and yell to your loved ones that you love them. Celebrate every milestone, and it's a good time to look back and see what you've done. Celebrate all the hard work, the pale green, the miles of stitching, and the work to come. So it's a beautiful way to amplify that energy with that celebration card. To the south, with Fire and Passion, we have the Hierophant, and actually I love the combination of these cards. We see Bridget here in fire and energy, the Hierophant here, singing his word, telling his truth, declaring the way. And to the west, the Watery Well, the place of emotion. It's another four of Swords, rest. We're not ready to come out. It's still a place of hibernation. It's still a place of balance and building. It's what the fours give us, that structure. A place to go, a place to celebrate where we've been, a place to rest, a place to celebrate what we've accomplished. Amplify the solar and raise your voice. Spring is coming. It will be here. Meanwhile, look to the fire, look to the flame. Let your voice be heard. Happy Imbolc, my friends. I hope you have a beautiful day. It's fog banked here. It's witching weather. It's Ben J. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.